Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. The baseball world has been absolutely rocked by whispers coming out of New York this week. And if you're a Mets fan, brace yourself because this one hurts deep. EDWIN DÍAZ, the electric closer who lit up Citi Field with those famous trumpets, has reportedly packed his bags and is heading west, all the way to Los Angeles. Yeah, you heard that right. The same EDWIN DÍAZ who was supposed to be the face of the Mets bullpen for years to come might just be slipping into Dodger blue. Sources close to the situation claim this move has been brewing behind the scenes for weeks, with both sides keeping it quiet to avoid a media explosion. But as always, in this era of social media leaks and insider scoops, nothing stays secret for long. The Dodgers, known for their big market power plays, apparently swooped in with an offer that New York just couldn't match. It's not just about money. It's about championship DNA, Hollywood allure, and that unmistakable Dodger mystique that turns elite players into legends. And right now, the rumor mill is spinning faster than a Díaz fastball. Fans in New York are already lighting up the comment sections, flooding every Mets post with disbelief and frustration. How could this happen? How could the team let their star closer, the man who wants to find the ninth inning in Queens, walk away so suddenly? People close to Díaz say this isn't just a contract issue. Word is, EDWIN felt the pressure in New York had become suffocating, especially after the ups and downs of last season. The expectations, the media glare, the weight of being the guy every night. It's not easy. Add in the Mets' inconsistencies, and you start to see why the allure of Los Angeles might have been too tempting to resist. The Dodgers, meanwhile, have been quietly rebuilding their bullpen into a powerhouse, and adding Díaz instantly gives them one of the most intimidating finishes in baseball. Inside sources suggest that the deal includes special performance bonuses tied to postseason appearances, a clear sign both sides expect October baseball to be the norm. It's wild to think how fast things can change in baseball. Just a year ago, EDWIN DÍAZ was being celebrated as the savior of New York's pitching staff. The trumpets, the lights, the energy, it all felt like a movement, something bigger than just saves and strikeouts. But here we are, and those same trumpets might soon echo under the palm trees of Los Angeles instead of the skyscrapers of Manhattan. The Dodgers front office has a reputation for making aggressive, headline-grabbing moves, and this one fits perfectly into their playbook. They've already got one of the deepest lineups in baseball, but the bullpen has been their Achilles heel in recent postseasons. Bringing Díaz in could be the final piece of the puzzle. Analysts are already predicting chaos in the National League if this becomes official. The Dodgers with Díaz at the back end of their bullpen, that's terrifying for everyone else. And let's not ignore the narrative. A superstar leaving the pressure cooker of New York to chase glory in Hollywood. It's the kind of story baseball fans can't stop talking about. Of course, the Mets front office is doing its best to downplay everything, calling it speculation and unverified reports. But behind closed doors, insiders claim the organization is scrambling. Losing Díaz would not only be a baseball blow, but a massive public relations hit. He's been one of the few bright spots for the franchise, a symbol of hope during tough seasons. Without him, the bullpen looks uncertain, the fan base feels betrayed, and the team's identity starts to blur. Some believe this might even trigger a deeper shakeup inside the Mets hierarchy, maybe even a new front office direction. The Dodgers, on the other hand, have played it cool. No official statement yet, no leaks from their executives, just that quiet confidence they're known for when a deal is all but done. If this rumor holds true, it wouldn't just shift the balance of power in the National League. It could redefine what it means to chase greatness in Major League Baseball. Imagine those Hollywood nights, the packed stadium, and Díaz walking out to those trumpets again. Goosebumps. What's crazy is how this entire situation feels like a perfect storm. The Mets are in a transitional phase, uncertain about their long-term direction, while the Dodgers are gearing up for another all-in championship run. It's like destiny brought these two storylines together at the exact right time. And if you're EDWIN DÍAZ, Who wouldn't be tempted by that? The chance to pitch under the bright lights of Los Angeles, to join a roster stacked with MVPs, and to finally silence the critics who said he couldn't handle the biggest moments. The Mets gave him love, but the Dodgers are offering legacy. Some insiders even hint that Díaz had been quietly meeting with Dodgers personnel weeks before this rumor broke, discussing his role and how he'd fit into Dave Roberts' bullpen strategy. Whether those meetings were official or not, nobody can say for sure. But one thing is clear, the Dodgers' pursuit of Díaz isn't random. It's strategic, bold, and very, very Dodger-like. They're not just collecting stars, they're constructing dominance, piece by piece, and Díaz might just be the final one. And let's not forget the emotional weight of this move. For Mets fans, this isn't just losing a player, it's losing a symbol. Edwin Díaz was hope, rhythm, identity. He turned closing games into events, moments that united a fan base that's been desperate for stability. His walkouts were viral, his passion contagious, his energy unmatched. Now imagine all of that moving to the West Coast. The Dodgers fans are already fantasizing about it. The trumpet blaring across Dodger Stadium, the crowd roaring as Díaz jogs in from the bullpen, lights flashing, cameras everywhere. It's cinematic. It's baseball at its most dramatic. And it's exactly what the Dodgers love to do, turn reality into spectacle. Whether you love or hate the move, you can't deny it feels inevitable, like the baseball gods themselves are scripting a Hollywood blockbuster. The Mets' loss might just be the Dodgers' gain, and the rest of the league better start paying attention. Now here's where things get even more interesting. There are whispers that this move didn't just happen overnight. It's been months in the making. Some close to the Mets clubhouse claimed Díaz's relationship with team management had quietly deteriorated over the last season. The constant scrutiny, the pressure of living up to a massive contract, and the endless comparisons to the league's other elite closers reportedly took a toll. The Dodgers, ever the opportunists, saw an opening. With their deep pockets and a front office known for analytics-driven precision, they crafted a pitch to Díaz that appealed to both his competitive nature and his lifestyle. Los Angeles offers a different rhythm, less suffocating media pressure, more focus on results. For a player like Díaz, that's the perfect reset. Add to that a legitimate shot at a World Series ring, and suddenly, this rumor doesn't sound so crazy anymore. Even former players have started hinting that big moves are coming in LA's bullpen, fueling the fire even further. Meanwhile, Dodgers fans are buzzing with anticipation. They've seen their team flirt with greatness year after year, but the bullpen has always been their Achilles heel. Bringing in Díaz could change that narrative overnight. Imagine pairing him with the Dodgers' dominant rotation. It's a recipe for chaos in the postseason. The energy at Dodger Stadium is already electric, but with Díaz closing games, it could become legendary. Insiders say this isn't just about baseball. It's about branding, star power, and the Dodgers' continued push to be not just a team, but a global phenomenon. They've already done it with players like Mookie Betts and Shohei Ohtani. Now, they want to extend that aura to their bullpen. Díaz fits that perfectly. He's more than a pitcher. He's an experience, a performance. The Dodgers understand the entertainment side of the game better than anyone, and in that sense, Díaz might just be their next marquee attraction. Whether it's official or not, the city is already ready for the trumpets. Of course, the Mets are trying to save face. Reports suggest they're preparing a counteroffer, but deep down, the damage might already be done. When a player mentally checks out, when his heart starts longing for a different stage, it's almost impossible to turn that around. Mets fans feel betrayed, sure, but some understand it too. New York is a tough place to play, especially when the expectations don't match the results. Díaz gave them everything, emotion, dominance, personality, but maybe it was time. If this deal happens, it won't just mark the end of an era. It'll mark a turning point for both franchises. The Mets will need to rebuild their bullpen identity from scratch, while the Dodgers could be setting up another dynasty run. The psychological blow to New York could linger for years, especially if Díaz goes on to lift a trophy in Los Angeles. And knowing the Dodgers' track record, that possibility feels very real. You can already imagine the headlines, the highlight reels, the vindication. Still, Baseball has a funny way of humbling everyone. Maybe this rumor fizzles out. Maybe it turns out to be smoke and mirrors. Or maybe, just maybe, it's the start of something historic. If Diaz really does become a Dodger, it'll send shockwaves across the league. Every closer, every contender, every manager will have to rethink their late-game strategy. Facing the Dodgers was already tough, but now it could be borderline unfair. What's fascinating is how much this story says about the modern game. Loyalty, legacy, and city pride still matter, sure, but in today's MLB, it's about opportunity and rings. Diaz has the chance to cement himself not just as a great closer, but as one of the game's all-time finishers. And if he does it under the California sun, surrounded by a roster full of stars, the legend of Edwin Diaz might reach heights we've never seen before. Behind the scenes, executives across baseball are watching closely. If the Dodgers pull this off, it'll reset market expectations for elite relievers. Teams that once hesitated to spend big on closers might rethink that strategy entirely. The ripple effects could be massive. Agents will use the Diaz move as leverage in future negotiations. Players will have markets like Los Angeles more seriously, and suddenly, the balance of power could tilt westward for years. Some insiders even believe this could spark an arms race, no pun intended, where top contenders start aggressively pursuing elite bullpen talent. It's not just about pitching anymore. It's about star appeal, and Diaz brings that in abundance. Between the walkout music, the lights, and his fiery mound presence, he's tailor-made for primetime baseball. The Dodgers know it, the fans feel it, and the rest of the league? They're on alert. Because if this deal becomes real, the Dodgers might have just found their Mariano Rivera moment. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. The emotional side of this story can't be ignored either. For New Yorkers, Edwin Diaz represented a rare kind of hope, the kind that made even the toughest losses bearable. His exit, if confirmed, cuts deep. Social media is already ablaze with farewell tributes, fan edits, and bittersweet montages of his most iconic saves. It feels like the end of a chapter, one that might have closed too soon. But in sports, change is constant, and legends are often forged in new places. Maybe this is Diaz's next great act. The Dodgers have the infrastructure, the fan base, and the ambition to elevate him into superstardom. And for baseball fans everywhere, the thought of those trumpets echoing through Chavez Ravine is both surreal and thrilling. Whether it's rumor or reality, one thing's undeniable. The name Edwin Diaz is once again on everyone's lips. From Queens to Hollywood, his story has captured the game's imagination, and the next few days could define his legacy forever. Finally, as whispers turn into persistent speculation, the baseball world is holding its collective breath, eager to witness the confirmation or denial of what could be one of the most transformative offseason moves in modern history. Sources hint at imminent press conferences, possible media appearances, and marketing campaigns designed to introduce Soto in Dodger colors, emphasizing both his athletic excellence and cultural impact. The ripple effects extend beyond the field, influencing fan engagement, merchandise strategies, and even international attention, reflecting Soto's status as not just a player, but a symbol of baseball's evolving landscape. Analysts are modeling every scenario, imagining how Dodger pitching rotations, fielding alignments, and playoff strategies could be recalibrated to maximize Soto's contribution. Fans, meanwhile, are creating viral content, debating hypotheticals, and immersing themselves in a narrative that blurs the line between rumor and reality, crafting a sense of anticipation that is almost tangible. As the story unfolds, the legend of Juan Soto continues to grow, not just for his record-breaking achievements, but for the sheer drama and speculation that surrounds every potential decision he makes, creating a spectacle that is shaping the narrative of baseball, fan culture, and professional sports in a way that few athletes ever have. As anticipation builds toward Tucker's first games with the Dodgers, the collective imagination of fans, Media and analysts has transformed the signing into a near-mythical event, where each swing, each at-bat, and each strategic decision is magnified in significance. Rumors continue to circulate about potential record-breaking performances, synergistic combinations with other star players, and the ways in which Tucker's presence could redefine statistical benchmarks and historical comparisons. Sources hint at meticulous scenario planning, advanced simulations, and predictive modeling being employed by the Dodgers to anticipate every conceivable outcome and optimize decision-making, further elevating the narrative from sports news into a strategic spectacle. The energy surrounding this move extends across social media, broadcast networks, and fan communities, creating a shared anticipation that blends excitement, speculation, and a sense of participation in a historic moment. Tucker's integration represents a convergence of athletic excellence, strategic foresight, and cultural resonance, making him a central figure not only in the Dodgers campaign, but in the broader story of contemporary baseball. Each rumor, leak, and insider tip feeds the continuous cycle of discussion, ensuring that the excitement, speculation, and fan engagement remain at unprecedented levels. This signing is no longer merely a transaction. It is an event that defines the season, reshapes expectations, and cements Kyle Tucker as a transformative presence within the sport, promising thrills, debates, and unforgettable moments for fans everywhere. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.